Hello everyone, I am Woman Grandmaster Nisha Mohata and I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel to the second episode of Masala Chai and Chess with Nisha. First of all, I thank all of you for the wonderful response I got to the first episode. It was, really very encouraging. After the first episode, a friend of mine from Austria messaged me and asked, "What is masala chai?" So, to all those foreigners who do not know what masala chai means tea, and masala is the spice we add to the tea in India. So, it's like I love masala chai, and through this series, I invite all of you to have a cup of positivity with me, chillax and watch a beautiful game. Let's spice up our lives. So, what am I going to show to you today? I'm going to show you a game of courage, a game of a 17-year-old prodigy against a legend. So, let me give you the background. It was the year 1999. Nigel's shot is wide against 17-year-old Nilotpal Das of Calcutta, India. So it was a tournament in Bangladesh. Nilotpal at that time was a prodigy, a very talented youngster, one of the best in his peers, among his peers. And Nigel was already a British legend. He had played a world championship match against none other than the one and only Garry Kasparov. So, Nigel needs no introduction. He is a very, very famous grandmaster. Not only he's a great player, he's also famous for his intelligence and wit outside the chessboard, his sense of humor. So the background of the tournament situation is this: Nilotpal was having a bad tournament till then. It was a 7th round and he had not won a single game. And then he is to play Nigel shot the next round. Incidentally, it so happened that his previous round opponent, Grandmaster Elvest, spoke to Nilotpal for a long time and uplifted his mood. So it gave Nilotpal lot of encouragement, courage, and he decided, okay, tomorrow I'm going to play a great player. I am black. I have nothing to lose. So why not give in my best? So with this mind frame, he went to the board. He decided that he would take as many risks as possible on the board. He decided he will not be scared. So let's have a look at the game. And I must say, I am very impressed when I heard about this mindset of Nilotpal, that okay, nothing to lose. We are playing a legend. We are playing a great player. Go for it. Give in your best shot. This is what is called positivity, right? Okay, let's have a look at the game. E4 was played by Nigel and Nilotpal played E6. Now this is the first sign of courage. Now you would ask why. This is only the second game of Nilotpal. I mean, this was the second game of Nilotpal in French in those days. So he showed the courage already. He said, okay, I'll go for it. I have not enough knowledge as compared to Nigel's shot, but I'll still try it. And he told me some background about his opening preparation. So, it was a time when there were no computers. So he didn't have a computer. And I mean, there were computers, but he did not have one. So his opening preparation was based on a book winning with the French by Wolfgang Ullmann. And those were the days. We just needed a chess book and we were happy to see it and prepare. So let's have a look at how the game went. So e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3. We see it's a French difference, of course, and this is the whenever variation. So French whenever, e5, c5, a3, takes, knight e7, queen g4 was played here, queen c7, queen into g7. So we get a sense already that the game is going to be messy. It's not going to be, normal positional game of, development, slow development. No, it's going to be something very interesting. French whenever is all about some dynamic play. So let's have a look. Rook g8, the rook on h8 was attacked. Queen into h7 and black took c into d4. Now this is all established theory and this is a very normal position for a French player, but if you are new to French, you might think, oh, what's going on? But for a French player, this is very much a known territory. So here, Nigel, true to his style, played not the most common move, but he played king d1 here. The usual move here, more common, is knight e2. This is the main line. But Nigel, I have always seen that he likes to go the path less walked by, the less trodden path. And of course he was playing a young boy and he thought, okay, why not take him out of his known territory and why not trick him? And I must say it actually worked for Nigel, because Nilotpol did not remember his preparations at that time, and he was on his own from here. He started taking a lot of time. This game is for people like me who love to see two kings in the center of the board and a lot of fun happening. So it's always nice to watch such a game. Here d into c3 was played. The point of king d1 is that in this position black is threatening queen into c3 with a check and attack to the rook. So the point of king d1 is white says, I won't come under check after queen c3. But this is all known, like it's not the first game in king d1, so it's not something very new, but it was a path not so followed so much. So d into c3 was played, knight f3, knight pc6, knight g5. So white is attacking f7 and he plans to grab queen into f7. So now the game gets more and more complicated already. Here Nilotpal went for knight d8. Looking back today, he told me, now when he's a matured player, he's now already a grandmaster. So he told me now that this is not possible to play in French. You cannot play so passively. In whenever variation of French, you have to generate dynamic play. But he just played this because the main line knight e5 is very messy and you really need to know the variations to get into this line. Knight e5, f4, f6 is how the line goes. But if you're not prepared, it's very difficult to play this line. And the other line is queen e5, which is also very messy. You just are giving the f7 pawn with a check. It is very difficult if you don't know these variations. So on the board, Nilotpal thought, okay, my f7 is under attack and I should just defend with knight d8. This happens to be a novelty, but yes, it's not a good one. And here white played f4, and white has a very good position here. Not only is white having a solid center, the pawn on e5 is well guarded now. White has an h pawn which would be dangerous later on. Pressure on the f7 square. This knight has to defend f7. This knight on e7 has to defend g8. So you see that black's knights are tied down. So black cannot go for long castles because these knights are not movable, right? So in this position, black went for bishop d7. One thing I will tell you that although I did say that white has a fantastic position here, in such kind of positions, there can be always, practical problems in a game. So after bishop d7, I mean the practical problems is due to the king on d1. This king, if engine plays engines, white has a good position, but when humans play, you make one small error and it could be dangerous for the king on d1. So bishop d7 was played, white played h4, and black played queen c5. Now one important idea which black has here is to play bishop b5 and exchange the light squared bishop. This is a very important idea for black because after the bishops are exchanged, black can try to go near white's king. For example, here if queen d4, then there is always queen d3 or bishop d3, so no one can really reach the white king. But after the bishops are exchanged, there could be some possibility of going near the white king. So right now what we see is black wants to play bishop b5, and a good way for white to play in this position would be a prophylactic move. White played h5 here, and when I think of it, I think he was very tempted to finish the game very soon. If you think of it, he's a legend, he's playing a young kid, and he has a fantastic position. Of course, he wants to finish off the game and go to his room and relax. So I think what white wants to do is white wants to play h6, grab queen g8, and when you grab knight g8, white just plays h7. And the point is h8, queen will follow next move. So this is white's simple plan, and white just wants to finish off the game. So white played h5, which is tempting, but I would say inaccurate. In this position, instead of h5, white should have played queen d3. Now this is a multi-purpose move. Now what all this move does? It stops bishop b5 move, right? Secondly, the queen is now there for the defense of the white king. Very important. And third, it clears the path for the h pawn. Maybe white can even try to play bishop e3 if he wants to at some point of time. It's possible to develop the bishop from a3, but maybe also from e3. So queen d3 has a multi-purpose, serves for many purposes. But Nigel played h5, and black went, Nilotpol went bishop b5 here. He wants to exchange the light squared bishop, so bishop into b5 was played, queen into b5, and here in this position Nigel played h6. Now this was another inaccurate move, and I completely understand that white wants to play queen g8, knight g8, h7, finish off the game, go back home and relax. This is a very, very tempting idea for any chess player. But black will also do something. Maybe white underestimated black in this position. Maybe Nigel shot underestimated Nilotpal, who was just a young boy. So in this position, the problem is if black plays nothing, white is winning, but of course black will do something. So black played rook g6, and now suddenly Nilotpal is back in the game. I mean, till now he was having a difficult time after king d1. He did not know the theory. He was not in a good position. White had good control. Had white played queen d3, some moves back, white would have had an excellent position. But now after rook g6, this becomes very messy. Now this is a kind of game which can be analyzed for hours. We can just do it, and still we may not have a real conclusion as to what was happening. But that's not my intention to keep analyzing. So let's just enjoy what happened in the game. All I can say is that in life and in chess, the king always needs the queen. So the d1 king here also needed the queen, but I must also say that the queen also needs the king. It gives some purpose to her life. So rook g6 cuts off the king and the queen and makes it a very difficult position for white now. I mean, objectively nobody knows who's better, but yes, it's messy, it's very messy, and it's very difficult when the queen has been completely separated from the king and the queen does not know what to do on h7 really. So let's see what happened from here. Nigel played f5. Now this is definitely a mistake. I think this was a desperate move from shot because he has had a fantastic position for quite a few moves, and then suddenly the position became chaotic, and we do go wrong when things go out of our way. I mean, as in things do not go our way. So Nigel played f5 here. I guess he was a little desperate, but I do not know what to suggest for white here. Things were getting difficult. Black took knight into f5, and now this is a great position for black. The knight is suddenly in the game, eyeing the white king. Already here the knight is looking at knight d4, knight g3, something happening on e2, and lot of knight jumps are possible, and Nilotpal already could see lot of tactical ideas. This background I should give you of Nilotpal is he is a player who I've seen him, I mean we have been friends since childhood. I know him for a very long time, and he's a player who loves complicated positions, he loves calculations, and he loves a direct attack against opponent's king. So even at that time this position was very exciting for him. And let's see what happened. Queen h8 was played in the game, king d7, and white played h7. So as I told you, after rook g6, Nilotpal already started having a lot of wonderful ideas. And one thing we need to understand is this pawn on h7 is a potential queen. It doesn't matter. What is important right now is the king. So here Nilotpal played a very nice move. He played rook h6, and the point is that if white takes rook into h6, there is a mate. Can you spot it? Wait in one with queen f1. So this is a checkmate. So of course Nigel did not take the rook. He played rook e1 here, and this is the idea black had. Rook h2. He wants to do something in the second rank. He wanted to penetrate along the second rank. White played knight into e6, trying to create some counter here. Black took with the knight. He's leaving this rook unguarded. Queen into a8 was played. And here, black played rook into g2. Now this is a very nice position. I have a question for all of you, a small trivia. What happens if white makes a queen in this position? Can you spot black's next move? You can pause if you want to. So here the idea is, h8 was not played, but the idea is for h8, there's a very pretty mate with queen d3 check, c into d3, and c2 is a mate with a pawn. What a beautiful mate. You know, here white has two queens, black has none, but white gets checkmated in the center of the board. So, coming back to this position after rook g2, white saw this idea obviously, and white played rook a2, stopping the queen d3 idea because c2 would not be possible after c into d3. So here after rook a2, can you find a fantastic win for black? It's really nice what Nilotpal played. It's aesthetically very pleasing. So you may give a pause if you want to. It's a very short combination against short, but it's a very pretty one. Nilotpal played knight e3 check. Wow. What an aesthetically pleasing move. Now what's this? The square e3 is attacked by two white's pieces. So let's see what happens. Bishop e3 was played in the game. Let's see what happens if white instead goes for rook into e3. Queen f1, rook e1, queen f3, and mate next move, rook e2, queen e2. So, I can just show it. Yeah, so white must take bishop into e3. Queen b1 check was played. Bishop c1. Can you spot the mate here? It's beautiful. Rook d2. Wow. What a mate. Wouldn't it be a dream of all of us to defeat one legend like this in our lifetime? It's amazing, right? This is such a beautiful finish to get it against a great player. No wonder Nilotpal became a grandmaster in the year 2006. So of course he was very strong, but yes, when you are young and you get this kind of win, I think it doesn't matter if you're young or you're not, you get this kind of victory against a great player. That's one of the happiest moments of your life. So yeah, amazing, isn't it? I must say that hats off to Nilotpal's courage. He did not show any sign of being scared in this game. He's playing Nigel shot, come on. In a tournament where he had a bad performance, but he was like, okay, I'll give it my best. And that's attitude, that's positivity. That's how we should look at things. He was not well prepared in the opening. His opponent knew things much better. But, if you believe it, you can do it, right? Amazing. I just love this, final finish. And I really like the daring, the courage showed by Nilotpal. It's amazing to play an opening against a legend, against someone who's played the World Championship match, against someone who was third in the rating list. By the way, Nigel, did I mention that was third in the FIDE rating list in the year 1988, and he was there, in the third position till 1989, and that was the time I started playing chess. So yeah, it is amazing to see this beautiful finish in this game. I hope you all liked it. I mean, I'm in awe of this game. That wow, how much courage can a person have? This is amazing positivity. So okay, friends, this is all for today. I had a great time showing this game, seeing this game, analyzing this game. I hope you all also had fun watching this. I would like to know in the comment section below what you think of this game. And I must say that initially I would think that why do I need people to subscribe? Why do I need people to put a like to my videos? But now I have realized that this is a way you all interact with me. You all let me know whether you liked my video. You all, with your comments, you all let me know, what you liked about it, what I can do to improve. So I would like you all to let me know how you felt this game was. Did you all enjoy it? Do you want to see more such games? I will try to bring more and more beautiful games to your, tea table every day. I mean, I wouldn't say every day, but as much as I can. And let's continue this journey. And once again, thanks to all of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really am very happy that I've got such an amazing response. Thank you all. See you later. Bye bye.